Okay, so I'm just going to do enough of this for maybe 4. This is how much I would normally just do. May add a little bit more or less depending on what happens when I've put the water in. Right, so do you reckon that's enough? Just for us? A bit more? A little tiny bit more? Right, so that's 130 grams. Just enough to make a couple of dumplings. And then, that's 130 grams I said, yeah? So I'm going to put it back on 0. I'm going to put some butter in. That's too much. That's too much. There we go. That should be enough. Just for that. And that weighs 8 grams. Okay, so 130 grams of flour and 8 grams of butter. And now what I'm going to do is just, because I've got cold hands and my hands are clean, I'm going to just put them, just going to breadcrumb it basically. I'll take it off the scale. And I'm going to breadcrumb it until it's all nice and breadcrumby and the butter lumps have disappeared. It shouldn't take too long. Until it looks like a fine breadcrumb powder. Can you see that? Can you see any lumps of butter? No? Okay, so pinch of salt. It's going to make sure it's all, because the thing is with this, you have to make sure it's evenly spread. So it's literally a pinch of salt to taste. So you can see the little bits of salt in there. And I'm going to do that again.
You couldn't see it.
You couldn't see it?
No.
Well, do you know what? It depends on how much you want to put in there anyway, because some people like a lot of salt, some people don't. So I'm going to make a little well in the middle, like so. And then put a tiniest bit of water in this. Like I said, this is only for a couple of dumplings. I'm not going to make a lot. I'm not like making loads and loads. Right, so that's gone in, incorporated. And a little tiny bit more. You shouldn't need a lot of water in this. I fear I might need a little bit more than what's in the glass. I need... Right. That should actually... It's coming together. Tiny bit more just to get the rest of that in. Okay. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Right, literally that's it. I'm not putting any more water in because that should be enough in there. And I'm going to turn on the cooker. And we're going to start making the dumplings.
Let's not get too close.
It's just on, it's on high at the moment. I'm going to put it down onto, I'll show you the flame in just a sec. That's the flame. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see it.
It's fine.
That's the flame that you need. You don't need a high flame. It's just enough to keep it ticking over and keep the dumplings nice and golden brown. You don't really want to make them any... And I'm not kneading it, as because Jackie keeps on saying, oh, you know, knead it. No, you don't need to over knead it. I'm just bringing it together, and as you can see, it's nice, sticky, and it's nice. It's not horrible, you know. It's not like sticking to my fingers really. That's just the stuff that was in the bowl first. So, right, gonna handfuls of dumpling mixture. There we go, we made 4. That's it. Yeah? Just made 4 dumplings. Now I'm just going to shape them and I'm going to cook them in a minute. Shape, shape, shape. And I'm pushing it from outside to inside to make the outside smoother. Yeah? How's that going? Does it look all right?
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. And she'll believe me this time. Right, so the pan is nice and bubbling.
Which means it's getting warm.
Yeah, and I'm flattening
Flattening.
them out. Now, everybody makes their dumplings different. This is how I make mine. And I like mine. I don't knead it because when you knead it, it gets all
Tough.
glutinous and elasticy, and you don't want that. You just want it to be nice and fluffy. Gently place them in. This one's one. There's two. And we've got number 3 going in a second. And number 4, I'm not even going to do anything up to this, I'm just going to flatten it out because I've already made it into a nice shape-ish. There we go. There we go. 4 dumplings in the pan. Okay. And we're going to leave that while we clean up the rest of the bowl and stuff, and put the stuff away, put the other stuff away. And that's it. You don't even need a lot of water. I think the water was up here to start with. That's how much I've used. You don't need a lot of water at all. Sorry. Right, so that's it. That's the making of the dumplings. It's just, well, I say the making of the dumplings, it's just making of the dough. And now we're just going to take care and make sure these don't burn. So what you can do is you can have a look. See, it's nice and golden brown. I'm just going to leave it. I might turn it up a tiny bit. Oh, not too much, yeah. There's the flame. Just turn it up a tiny little bit. And that's it. I'll leave that cooking for a bit. You can turn it off now if you want, and then
Consumed.
right. So they're now nicely golden brown.
And how long did that take?
It literally took like minutes, like 2-3 minutes. It took about 3 minutes to do that. And oh, there's egg left in the pan. Sorry. But there you go. That's them turned over. Another 2-3 minutes. And then what my mum used to do, I'll show you anyway, but what she used to do is just when they're browned on the bottom, you kind of flip them on the side and let them stand against the pan. But I'll show you in a minute because I'm going to do that once this is nicely browned. But it doesn't take long. Look, see, nice, it's goldening up on the bottom. And they're nicely brown, nicely golden.
And which flour did we use?
We used self-raising flour. Do not use plain. Well, I shan't say don't use plain flour because some people prefer to use plain flour and then they'll put in some baking soda. But what I do is I just use self-raising flour. It just cuts all that out instead of measuring this and measuring that. Bung it in, bung in the butter, bung in some salt, bung in some water. Bring it all together. Water, yeah.
Butter.
Bring it all together. And then put it in the, and then just roll them into dumplings, and then they're nice and fluffy. And like I said, don't knead it too much. Different people do different things. Like my brother, when he makes them, Tony, when he makes them, he kneads and kneads and kneads, and I ain't into that. Yeah, I don't want to be Felix. I just want to go nice. Felix, is when you know like you have boiled dumplings and you bite into it and it goes, you know, when you bite it and you hear that sound, it goes like, no, I don't want that. I just want to tuck in and nice and light and golden. Right, I think this is, yes, this is a bit brown, but yeah, see, chatting doesn't help. They should have been nice and golden. They're a bit dark, but that doesn't matter because they're nicely cooked. There you go. So that's what we do. We turn it down a tiny bit. Yeah, and I'm just going to turn it, and then it's done. I shall show you the end results. I need a plate. You can see. Huh?
That's fine, go.
Okay, yeah, I've turned them a couple of times as you can see. Just going to turn it again, and after this turn I'm done because I don't want them to be too greasy, because you can make it way too greasy by like turning them on all sides, and you don't want that either. So literally I'm going to turn the cooker off because it will keep cooking, yeah, because you know heat generates heat and blah blah blah, and I don't want any more than that. That's it, done. So, I've got no tissue. I don't have any tissue. That's bad English. I don't have any tissue.
I don't think YouTube cares, Mum.
Yeah, well, that's it. My dumplings are done. It's nicely.
And what would we use the tissue for, Mum, for the sake of clarity?
If I had tissue, I would use it to blot out the rest of the oil because we don't want them to be too greasy. But they're under the sink and I haven't actually taken it out yet, so I'll do that in a minute. But they are ready to eat, nice and hot. And I'm going to cut one open. There we go. It's hot. Hot. There we go. Nicely cooked. Nice steamy hot dumpling. And you can put it with anything. You're going to do your saltfish and ackee, or you're going to do some nice roast, cooked up pork or chicken or whatever it is you want to put it with. Have it for the Saturday breakfast, and that's it. That's all I'm going to say. It's just, or you know, you can put more butter in it and smother it over. It's nice and tasty. This is how I used to. Well, we used to have them on Saturday mornings with either ackee and saltfish or pork and ackee, if it was a special occasion. But there you go. There are my dumplings. Didn't take long. Literally, how long we've been in this, Serena?
12 minutes 46
there you go.
Seconds.
Well, that's 12 minutes. We paused it for about a minute. So about 15 minutes I'm in the kitchen making dumplings. Simple. Alright?
And it's low cost if you've got no money.
This is it. You know what? I'm going to tell you another thing as well, actually. What I like to do is, you know, you can get the slices of chorizo. Chorizo, yeah. And what I do is I'll like cut little blocks of cheese, and I'll put it in the middle of the dumpling. And
while kneading?
Not kneading, while forming. And then I will fry that. So when you open it, it's like a little mini pizza, which is really delicious. So as you can see, I like my food. And that's how, you know, if you've got no money, or if you don't have a lot of money, this is what you can do. You can do kind of little things like this and it will fill you up nicely. Okay? Alright, so that's the end of my video. And I hope you have enjoyed the video. You're welcome.